It's the quiet truth about our health that most people never see coming. The incredible, almost unbelievable power of the human liver. Think about your liver not just as a silent organ tucked away, but as the master chemist of your entire existence, constantly filtering, transforming, and restoring. It's responsible for hundreds of processes every minute, yet most of us go through our lives treating it with a kind of neglect, a benign disregard that eventually shows up on a blood test as a concern like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD. This is the truly surprising truth. The fatigue you feel, the mental fog that creeps in during the afternoon, or that persistent difficulty losing weight. These subtle shifts can often be quiet cries for help from a liver struggling under a burden of excess fat. The idea of a dead liver being miraculously healed in 3 days, as suggested in exaggerated headlines, is a total misconception. The reality is far more meaningful and empowering because it's a process we control. The liver is the only organ capable of full regeneration. It can heal itself, but not instantly, and certainly not through a single overnight breakthrough drug. Fatty liver disease occurs because our modern lifestyle, high in processed sugars, refined carbohydrates, and often lacking consistent movement, pusks the liver to convert excess energy into fat. Since the liver has no pain receptors, this silent accumulation can progress for years without symptoms, only becoming noticeable when inflammation and scarring or fibrosis begin to set in. This is why it's so easy to miss. The early signs look like normal life fatigue, not a critical health crisis. The real breakthrough lies in implementing practical, evidence-based lifestyle changes that support the liver's natural ability to restore itself. The good news is that for many people in the early stages, simply losing a modest amount of weight, even just 3 to 5% of your total body weight, can start to reverse the fat accumulation. The most potent medicine, which you can start today, centers on 2 pillars: diet and movement. Focusing your diet on the principles of the Mediterranean style of eating is profoundly liver-friendly. This means prioritizing whole plant-based foods, healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, and those found in nuts and seeds, and lean proteins. You want to deliberately reduce refined sugars, especially the fructose found in soda and sweetened beverages, and processed carbohydrates like white bread and pastries, as these are directly converted into liver fat. Simultaneously, movement is non-negotiable. Aiming for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity per week, a brisk walk, cycling, or gardening, doesn't just burn calories. It directly improves your body's insulin sensitivity, which is crucial for reducing the fat burden on your liver. Even more surprising is the evidence that regular coffee consumption, particularly black coffee, may offer a protective benefit to the liver due to its antioxidant properties. These adjustments aren't about radical, unsustainable detoxes, but about integrating small, consistent habits that treat your liver with the respect it deserves. The journey to liver recovery is not a sprint, but a steady, hopeful path of self-awareness. It requires patience and a gentle, firm resolve to honor the incredible work this silent organ does for you every single moment. To know that even a liver that has struggled, a dead liver in the common vernacular, possesses an innate capacity to heal and regenerate if we simply remove the obstacles, is profoundly encouraging. It shifts the focus from finding a miracle cure outside of ourselves to recognizing the miracle operating within. The learning isn't over. It's an ongoing conversation between you and your body, a quiet unfolding of health that continues long after this discussion. The seemingly small target of achieving just a 3 to 5% reduction in total body weight is, in fact, the most potent and accessible form of medicine we possess for reversing early-stage fatty liver disease. It sounds deceptively simple, yet the impact this small shift has on the liver's internal environment is profound, initiating a cascade of healing at the cellular level. When the body carries excess weight, particularly visceral fat, the deep fat stored around the abdominal organs, it creates a state of chronic, low-grade metabolic inflammation. This constant stress signal disrupts the body's response to insulin, leading to insulin resistance. Think of insulin as a key that opens the cell doors to let glucose, sugar, in for energy. When you are insulin resistant, those keys become sticky and ineffective. The cell doors won't open easily. This leaves high levels of glucose circulating in the blood, forcing the liver, the body's central processing unit, to work overtime. The liver responds to this glucose overload by frantically converting the excess energy into triglycerides, a form of fat, and storing it within its own cells, a process called hepatic steatosis. This is the very definition of a fatty liver. This scenario is visually analogous to a city's central recycling plant suddenly being overwhelmed by a massive, non-stop flood of waste materials. The plant tries to process it, but eventually its storage yards, the liver cells, become clogged, making the plant inefficient and sluggish. The beauty of losing just 3 to 5% of your weight is that it's often enough to significantly relieve the pressure on this central recycling plant. The moment you start to lose weight, even gradually, you immediately begin to address the root physiological mechanism, improving insulin sensitivity. As fat stores diminish, particularly visceral fat, the inflammatory signals across the body quiet down. The key, insulin, becomes sharp and effective again, allowing glucose to enter muscle and fat cells more efficiently instead of being shunted to the liver for storage as fat. This biological reset signals to the liver that the crisis is over, allowing it to begin the critical process of autophagy, or self-eating, where the liver cells literally dismantle and clear out the stored fat droplets. It's an internal deep clean, facilitated by your consistent daily choices. This is why the method is so effective. It doesn't mask the symptom with a drug. It resolves the underlying cause by restoring the body's natural metabolic balance. By consistently adhering to the Mediterranean eating pattern, rich in fiber and healthy fats, and engaging in regular movement, you are continuously sending this calming, healing signal, giving your incredible, regenerative liver the space and resources it needs to restore itself, quietly, powerfully, and completely from within. The true depth of healing for the liver resides not in any single drug, but in assembling what we might call the anti-inflammatory trifecta, a combination of deliberate nutritional choices designed to calm the chronic fire within the liver cells. This concept goes beyond simply reducing fat. It focuses on managing the resultant inflammation and oxidative stress that, if left unchecked, lead to the scarring or fibrosis that marks the transition to more serious liver disease. This healing process is deeply rooted in the concept of cellular oxygen regulation and the balance between free radicals and antioxidants. When liver cells are burdened with excess fat, they become stressed and begin to produce an excessive number of reactive oxygen species, ROS, unstable molecules also known as free radicals. You can visualize this process like tiny sparks being thrown off by an overworked machine. These sparks damage the cell membranes and DNA, triggering an emergency response in the liver that manifests as inflammation. The anti-inflammatory trifecta is essentially your body's firefighting crew, strategically deployed to neutralize these sparks and soothe the affected tissue. The first element is the strategic embrace of healthy, monounsaturated fats, primarily through sources like high-quality, extra virgin olive oil. These fats don't just replace harmful saturated fats. They actively deliver powerful polyphenols and anti-inflammatory compounds. These compounds are absorbed and delivered directly to the liver cells, helping to stabilize their membranes and directly combat the free radicals. In essence, they act as cellular shields, reducing the generation of those damaging ROS sparks. The second crucial element is incorporating fiber-rich foods and a wide variety of antioxidants from colorful fruits and vegetables. Fiber does more than aid digestion. In the gut, it feeds beneficial bacteria, contributing to microbiome restoration. A healthy gut acts as a primary barrier against toxins and harmful compounds that, if absorbed, would place an immediate load on the liver. By nurturing the gut, you effectively lighten the liver's detoxification burden. Meanwhile, the rich antioxidants in plants, vitamins C, E, and various phytochemicals, are the direct chemical neutralizers of the free radicals. They step in and quench the sparks, restoring the delicate balance of cellular oxygen regulation. Finally, the surprising inclusion in this trifecta is regular, moderate consumption of unsweetened black coffee. Research consistently shows that coffee, with its unique blend of compounds like chlorogenic acid, offers potent hepatoprotective, liver-protecting effects. These compounds are believed to directly influence enzymes that detoxify harmful substances and have a strong antifibrotic effect, meaning they can slow down or even prevent the development of scar tissue. This small daily ritual is a testament to the powerful, often unexpected ways that humble, natural compounds can support our most vital organ. It's not about restriction or punishment. It's about providing the liver with the resources it needs to execute its own profound, continuous healing process. So as we bring this discussion to a close, remember this: the journey toward a healthier liver isn't about chasing those sensational instant cures. It's about recognizing the quiet, persistent power of consistency and self-care. Your liver is the definition of resilience. It is constantly working to repair, strengthen, and rebalance your entire system. And all it asks is that you remove the obstacles, those simple sugars and inflammatory habits, and provide the right support. Don't demand perfection of yourself. Begin today with one small mindful choice: a walk after dinner, swapping a sweet drink for water, or adding more colorful vegetables to your plate. Every single action you take builds quiet, undeniable momentum toward healing. Trust the process, trust your body's innate ability to regenerate, and embrace this gentle confidence. The most important breakthrough isn't found in a bottle. It's found in the power you hold to nurture your own vitality. I hope you'll join us again as we continue to explore the quiet miracles of the human body. Until then, take care.